Welcome everyone to Old Man Wisdom. It's Friday, the 5th of November 2021, and it's now the end of the week's trading, and it's a very interesting week here on the Euro USD. Let's look at the chart in detail, and I'll explain what's happened this week, and of course what I would like to see happen next week. So this blue rectangle here represents where the market opened on Sunday, and we was looking to sell the market or sell the Euro USD because price was below this blue moving average. Now, right at the end of last Friday, we had a sell signal, and there's two ways you could have played this. Firstly, you could have ignored the trade, not only because it's right at the end of the week and the weekend was about to start, but also because the high that we want to put it at is a long way away from the sell signal. In fact, it would be 140 pips. Now that stop loss is just way too high for my liking. The other way you could have played it is used this moving average as a resistance level and put a stop loss just above it at 45 pips. However, although it does sometimes work, price often jumps up and down through the moving average, and of course that's what happened this week. If you had have put your stop loss just above this moving average, you would have eventually been stopped out for 45 pips. I didn't take it, and of course I waited. Now, price eventually came back below the moving average, and we had another sell signal. We had a sell signal yesterday, and this was a perfect example. The stop loss would go just above this high, and the stop loss is the full 50 pips. That's the maximum stop loss that I trade in my trading system. 50 pips is the maximum that I'm prepared to risk at any one trade. That means that the take profit is 100 pips. So what's happened this week is the trade was opened and it went 54 pips in profit. Now, what's happened is it's come back and stopped me out because when it's the 1-to-1 ratio, so when it goes 50 pips in profit, I move my stop loss to break even, which is exactly what I did. And just this evening, it's come up and tapped me out for a very, very small profit. But what I've done is I've gone again, I've re-entered the trade. Now, I don't always do this. Maybe it's a mistake on my part because the market is due to close in just over an hour and this trade will remain open across the weekend, which, to be fair, isn't ideal. Maybe I shouldn't have re-entered the trade, but I've re-entered it at pretty much exactly the position I originally entered the trade. And so my stop loss is 50 pips, my take profit is again 100 pips. I'm not particularly worried what happens to the trade because my risk is managed very carefully, so I'm not about to blow my trading account in any which way. However, I don't always do this. Once I moved my stop loss to break even, if it gets tapped out, I don't normally re-enter. But on this particular trade, I have, because this is a lovely high. It has to break through not only the moving average, but of course this high as well. What happens, I don't know, and that really moves on to the fact that what will the markets do next week? Well, what I would obviously and clearly love it to do would be to continue on its merry way down and give me my full take profit. I don't know if it's going to do that. Price is still currently below the multi-time frame moving average, so had I not have re-entered the market, I would have only been looking to sell. So I would be looking for the MACD to come back up and give me a sell signal next week. Now that is obviously still what I would like it to do. I would like it to basically come up no higher than this multi-time frame moving average, and then of course move further down. So that's what I would be looking for. If I wasn't in this trade, I would be looking for sell signals for next week. And that's the current situation for the Euro USD. So I'll give you an update next week as to how this trade will play out. And as I say, hopefully I'll make a nice profit. But if not, I will keep you all up to date with how this goes. So that's my very simple overview of the Euro USD. So until my update video next week, have a great weekend. And of course, everyone take care.